Nick Marsh puts his foot to it. And he'll drive it out of the back of the end zone. That offensive line. Barkley will fire it quickly to get Marquise Lee involved, and Lee will pick up maybe a couple. Low snap, it's on the ground. Barkley grabs it, and he will go down. And is picked up and going the other way for a touchdown. Nate Fakahafua.
And Khaled Holmes, obviously, he's been banged up. He hasn't been in there with the ankle. You hear the crowd noise, and you got that big grown man.
Coleman Peterson knocks it through in an effort to run the football. They'll do so here with Curtis McNeil. McNeil up across the 30. He takes a big hit. He's Lee early. And now they'll flip it out to Robert Woods. Woods has been targeted. Lotulelei has the ability to have the football. He came out of there with it.
Game with Lotulelei lined up right open. Look how quick he explodes off the ball and gets his hands.
He's set up with a golden opportunity. Hayes cuts it inside the 15. Gets out. Hayes first throw, throwing the fade toward the end zone, and it is it's a bobble, incomplete. He was looking for.
With respect to going up and catching the jump ball, they're saying he bobbled it. That's a catch. There's no ball.
After further review, ruling is the receiver maintained possession of the ball to the ground. The result is a touchdown.
After another fumble for a touchdown. Not often you have to say an offensive lineman needs to settle down. Quickly to Robert Woods. Woods trying to make a play. Slips a tackle and gets across the 30-yard line. Trojans still trying to get in positive yardage. It won't happen now. Lotulelei's in the backfield to say hello to
center of your screen. Quickness, explosion, and they just get off of him too quick. You cannot let this type of player. He just pushes Khaled Holmes aside.
And I like that they're put.
USC say make the bad man stop. About now Barkley getting heat from the backside and firing it to Lee. He's got a first down, and he's across the 45-yard line. Third down pass to Lee. Going back to the ground. Oof. Silas Red going backwards. Guess who is in the middle of it?
Oh.
Sure he gets taken care of.
Lotulelei just getting that face mask of Red as he brought him down. Marquise Lee trying to shake a guy, and he does. Lee with that great speed, going down the sideline and picking up another first down. Red into the red zone, and Silas inside the 15. And the Trojans move on the left side.
Yep.
Fours. Barkley to throw on 2nd and 7. Firing it, Lee. Lee probably could have had the first down, maybe gotten inside. Trojans get the snap. Silas Red inside the 5, driving. It'll be 1st and goal for USC. Red will have it. Red pushing, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Utah has it on his 25. John Hayes wanting to take a shot. Fires it over the head of his intended receiver. Happens quickly, firing on the slant, and Hayes put it right.
Like I needed to learn the fundamentals first. I think he's picking up on it pretty quick.
Oh, tunnel screen, and running free is Drez Anderson and his speed, and it'll be a hold against you. Remember, a hold is from the spot of the foul. That's why the odd number. Dumping it underneath is Hayes, and turned upside down is Jake Murphy. And 4th and 10, quick punt, and whistles will stop. A substitution infraction.
Averaging 48 punts a game, although he's not in right now.
Yeah, it's Tom Hackett.
Wow, from Australia.
Punting, and he drives Woods inside his 25. Roberts will sneak it back up. Their own 29. Play action to Silas Red. Lotulelei after Barkley, and Matt fired way high. A little bit of a knee problem now at running back for the Trojans. DJ has it. He'll plow up close to the 30. Barkley handles the noise. But he can't handle the coverage. Excellent coverage by Ryan Lacey.
Pass interference. Defense number 26.
Woods' face,
yeah,
and that's just
he's all over him.
No,
10 after the pass interference. Red's back in. Silas driving up over the 45 to the Barkley to Lee. Marquise has it inside the 40, and a flag is flying high into the
Receiver downfield. Offense number 50.
Abe, but it does negate a 16-yard gain. Trojans back to the ground with Silas Red, and pickup of maybe 2. It'll be third. Barkley completes it, and no chance. Got it to his foot. See if the Trojans got the snap off. Just barely. Half of Negretti's punts and nailed opponents inside the 20. This one drives Henderson inside the 20. Charles, the terrific scene at Williams-Brice. John White, yards, but 119 of those came against Northern Colorado in the opener. Now this is Reggie Dunn. He's terrific with the ball in his hands. Inside half minute to play in the first quarter. John Hayes firing it into traffic, and it comes out of there incomplete. A candidate for awards this year as well is Tom Hackett punting again. And Mikael Roby, the defensive back. Extraordinary punt returner as well. Going to bring it back inside.
Good toughness, comes across and tries to lay the wood. You can see it was just helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
Stewart wide receiver for SC on what could be the final play of the first quarter. E.J. Morgan has gotten a little extra work to Trojan touchdown. Red has it. He's got a first down. Red still on his feet inside the 20, the 15, and down close to the 10. Barkley throwing, and it should have been intercepted by Brian Blecken.
Do that again tonight.
Barkley firing. It'll be a short game. He found his. Silas Red has it. Red hit in the backfield, and the Trojans. This is now. There's a whistle.
The snap. False start. Offense number 75. A 5-yard penalty.
Adari puts it upward, and Adari just made the field goal. Will kick it off, and Devontae Christopher been better off by about.
Keeping people on their toes, including you, Reese.
John Hayes firing to Christopher, and they're trying to get Devontae Christopher a little more involved. First 2 possessions. John White. White has a first down into the Trojans secondary. White on the toss. White running ahead, picking up, gave it to him 316 times a year ago, most among running backs from A2 conferences, and Hayes fires a dart. Hayes has to get rid of it, into traffic, and is caught. Devontae Christopher. Hayes again to throw, firing in. Mikael Roby had a hand. Go to the ground with White. Good cut in the hole, but an excellent tackle.
Success tonight throwing slants.
And he throws another one. Christopher into the end zone for the touchdown. Christopher. Extra point coming. That they really took care of the dog. He's up on the furniture. A muff by the freshman Nelson Aguilar. Aguilar's a dangerous return man. He gets across the 20. There is a flag down.
Side, kicking team number 38, the 5-yard.
Matt Barkley, he's got Robert Woods. Woods still on his feet, pointing out blockers. He seems to have plenty of clarity. There's so many big games last year. The production's been down this season. As Barkley took one right in the kisser, and he might have gotten it a little bit late. The flag's going to
foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 8.
Got to be smart. Right there, kind of taking a.
And we've got another.
False start. Offense number 86.
The motion's out. Barkley firing toward Marquise Lee in the end zone, and is deflected away. Barkley stands in, fires toward the end zone, and is caught. A tremendous one-handed grab by the tight end, Randall Telfer. And
they got so many playmakers, and Telfer's another one of those guys that just unbelievable athlete.
We always talk
casually.
Nice catch. Adari puts it. All right, it's got a 4-point lead for Utah here. John Hayes hits it out to his H-back down.
I was waiting to see if they were going to review it, but that's not a knee down. Nothing's down on the ground.
Yeah, no elbow
the ball
either.
pop out.
Yeah, elbow didn't touch either.
The ruling is the runner's knees were on another player when the ball came out. Therefore, it is a fumble. First down, USC.
Keep it on the ground with Silas Red. Red gets it inside the 30. Now, been very balanced tonight. This is the 14th run against 13 passes, and Red, we have guys all over. Barkley firing. Oh, Marquise Lee just plucked it out of the air first and six. Silas Red picking his way down close to the goal line. Right back to Red, hitting the backfield, staying on his feet, and he's going to be denied just short of the goal line. On 3rd and goal. Barkley to the end zone, touchdown Robert Woods.
Austin, Stedman Bailey to throw to.
Baylor knows all about that. Now Reggie Dunn dropped the football on his way out of the end zone and works with a timeout. Looked as if the Trojans were going to need one, so Utah only has one left in the half as John White, good pickup on to get one here, David. Couple of plays to get it. Hayes was backing up, and
it's not good, huh?
Not great. This guy's a good one. John White has a first down and more as he gets up close to the 30-yard line.
Personal foul, late hit. Offense number 73. After this,
Utah backed up to their 15. Hayes firing deep and over-firing Kenneth Scott. And 2nd and 10, shuffle pass. Get it to Jake Murphy, and Big Jake, who put one on the deck earlier, picks it. Brian ran when he was a quarterback at Utah just a few years ago. John Hayes out to Luke Matthews. And give is to Kelvin York, his first carry of the night. Hayes gets rid of it to the outside, and the officials are saying that
only place he can. No, he's out. You know,
those goals, the hill just got a little steeper after the loss to Stanford. Now Utah has its offense back on the same page, and John White's knocked down after a short game.
2 timeouts? No, sir.
Ooh, throwback. Again, it's Murphy. Murph's rolling, and he's got the first down.
Now he should have
a minute to play in the first half. John Hayes buying some time and wisely throwing it away to stop the clock. Devontae Christopher, the former quarterback, now they'll flip it around. There's all kinds of trickery going on. Hayes has it back. He's firing to the end zone. Scott's out there! Touchdown! Now the question is going to be...
receiver downfield. Wow. Offense number 76, a 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
He dials up out of the Wildcat. Reverse, double reverse, throw the ball.
There's 76.
Why on earth are you going down the field on that play? That makes absolutely no sense.
That's a no doubt.
Now they'll try a screen. York has it. He's knocked down. Ball came loose momentarily.
Holding. Offense, number 11, a 10-yard penalty. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 18. First and 10.
Seconds inside 40 now as the clock's running. York has it. York powers down to about the 30. Utah can.
For USC.
Hayes throwing to the outside. Scott's out there again and is caught by a Trojan, but is out of bounds. Jawan Peterson for the tie. And it got tipped, and it'll come up short.
14-0.
Silas Red is tack on about. Maybe when you lose a 14-0 lead, then that's the first thing to complain about. There's something else to complain. Some injuries at that position. Lost Devon Kennard early in the season or in the preseason actually, to a torn.
4 guys on 3rd and long situations.
Hayes gets rid of it underneath. Murphy has another catch, but he's going to be punt. 2nd in the nation, nearly 48 yards per punt. Roby puts up the hand for the fair catch. 61 yards in the first half. Back, and Barkley pulled out.
Side with contact. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty.
Giving him a flag from up here. Silas Red, first carry of the second half, going to pick up one. Back to Red on the ground. Silas very close to the... More flags.
Offense number 77, a 5-yard penalty.
Student section. So Barkley on third down. Pressure from behind. He fires it down the middle. It's complete to Marquise Lee. Lee into Utah territory. He has the first down. Some of the plays that Marquise has tonight. Barkley to his other receiver, Robert Woods. And Woods nudging his way inside.
There are a lot of NFL coaches that wouldn't mind their time wasted by him.
Barkley again over the middle to his tight end, Xavier Grimble. Said, I need a better life than this. Barkley's got a good life finding those receivers. Marquise Lee working his way inside. Lee has it. Marquise Lee gets inside the 15 down to 2nd and 2. Back to the ground with Red. Red's hit in the backfield and he's hit first by 5. They go back to the ground on third down. Silas Red, the flag comes flying in. But
Offense number 59, a 10-yard penalty.
Barkley. That ball was right in Telfer's. Try to extend the Trojan lead. And the Utah defense gets us. Utah has the ball back after a missed field goal by the Trojans, and John White ripping through the coming off a great year a year ago. Shuffle pass on the inside. Again to the tight end, and Jake Murphy. Reverse coming. Reggie Dunn. And Dunn is hit and knocked backward. They fire it complete, but not close to the first down. Sean Selwood gets it away. Mikael Roby clearing everybody out. And now Miller-Ford's second one as Silas Red gets the carry. Red over the 20, still on his feet. First down across the 30 for Silas Red. Marquise Lee's over 100 yards receiving tonight. And Marquise will. DJ Morgan. Morgan with a nice run, and Morgan picks up a first down, getting across. Barkley down to the backfield to Vanuku. If I remember correctly, I think he's wearing Havili's number too, as Morgan has it again. They're calling Morgan's number more than they have all. As Marquise Lee out of the backfield, Lee has a first down, and he gets it inside the. Back to Morgan, breaks a tackle. Morgan now inside the 30 and deep. Barkley firing to Robert Woods. Woods still on his feet. He's inside the 20. And the Trojans have a first down, and now a hat comes off of Brian Blecken.
After the play, personal foul, necessary roughness. Offense number 86. Number 4 can stay in the game. He lost his helmet due to the foul.
Back to the ground with Morgan. A short game. Matt Barkley. Great protection. Now Matt's going to pick up what he can, and he slides just short of the 25.
They've had success running here at the bottom right.
Barkley firing toward the end zone. It's coming loose right at the end, and it was Xavier Grimble who just...
Situation, they bring the big people in on the play, and they get Xavier Grimble, who's got tremendous...
A 44-yarder. Adari, who's missed once in the second half, has now missed...
Spoken a word, very upset.
All right, Sam, is John White. That's a move on Hayes Pollard. Got 55 yards. There are a lot of Trojans in the backfield. A couple of times. Hayes maybe flushed out of there before he had to, and he tried to fit it into Luke Matthews.
Second half.
Sean Selwood. A beautiful spiral that drives Robert Woods inside his 15. Woods looking for some room. It's a good block from Aguilar. But still, Woods can't get free. Excellent job on the coverage.
Wow, my bad, mixed it up.
That's all right, your teammate had you. Barkley, he's looking for a teammate. Lee's open behind the defense. Marquise Lee. Touchdown, Trojans.
Plays early in this game because of the running game success. Play action is now freezing a lot of these defenders and forcing their eye focus to stay in the backfield, and that allows Marquise Lee on a simple post route to get behind the top layer of the defense once he has the score.
The guys in the league right now playing defense, but Otalale going to force on the inside. Anthony Denham.
Every time.
John White, the fourth, looking for running room, and a flag comes in.
Offense, number 72, 10-yard penalty.
Put it in his belly.
Pass out complete. Be a short game. Pick up by Drez Anderson.
That is called a game tackle.
Exactly passing the smell test in the second half for Utah as John White pushes up close to the 40. Rush coming. Hayes picked off, and this might be the knockout punch. Nikel Roby cruising into the end zone, his first interception of the season. Morgan.
Everybody, there's 4, 5, 6 bodies. It's another story, but
Uncharacteristically, they have struggled. Hayes firing out there, and that was knocked down. Hayes being chased. Fired it to Devontae Christopher.
Line.
3rd and 7. Breslin giving chase. Hayes firing out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. The way they practice. Sean Selwood gets the punt out. But as Robert Woods steps out of bounds, the Trojans starts away from a 300-yard passing night. DJ Morgan turning the corner. DJ stepped out of bounds as we check. Morgan picks up the first down, and Trojans content to keep it on the ground and try to churn up some clock. On the 2nd and 7, Barkley Gets it out to Lee. Lee's going to pick up a few as Matt goes over 300 yards. 22 of 27, over 300 yards. Marquise Lee has 2, although that one was pulled out of there by Ryan Lee.
USC can still play for a BCS national championship.
Here's what I'll go out on a limb and say. It's not going to be Stanford. I'll go ahead and go out on that limb if you want me to.
Yeah, we just had a substitution infraction called against Utah. Barkley looking for a kill shot. Marquise Lee. Lee would have been well over 200 yards and go back to the ground with DJ Morgan. It'll bring up 2, and they're going to be challenged. Well, still, as flag comes in as Marquise Lee is dancing around. Came in from behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense number 70. The penalties declined. 4th down.
Punt gets away. Short punt. It takes a decidedly fine. Jesse mentioned the future of the Utah program. And he's going to be welcome to the game. As Wes Horton says,
he's still one of the most electrifying players in the country.
Well, he's got to show up, though.
Well, he's still yards per touch.
No.
He's certainly opportunities for other guys, including the Anthony Thomas, Matt Barkley. I want you guys to save it. Nobody, there's a football on the ground. This time it bounced right to John White. He recovered.
Tested over the next month.
As we watch Utah point it away, and USC runs into the punter. That was Antoine Woods running into Selwood.
Running into the kicker. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty. Replay.
Tries to keep the ball. Big freshman quarterback Wilson will pick up the first down. He continues to drive forward and fight. His headgear comes off. John White.
But you're playing in the Mountain West Conference here very early in their tenure in the Pac-12.
Wilson throws complete. And by the Cougars. came back last year and got hammered by Washington and got hammered by Arizona State the next week this year. And the level of play that you're talking
happens, and you got to do it. You got to bring your A game, or else you can lose. Unlike when you were playing teams in the Mountain West that weren't even close to as even competitive as you are.
Recruited him, yet he chose Utah.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
100 yards and penalties. And a lot of the Ute faithful have headed out for some post-game festivities season. This is not an aberration. Wilson firing down the middle, and he put it right on his man.
What a throw.
That was a great. Kelvin York headed toward the end zone, and York, who once thought he'd be the others, that might leave a mark. Utah's going to try to get it back again. Now remember, this year there's a flag. New rule, you can fair.
With the opportunity to catch the kick. Kicking team. A 15-yard penalty.
Their confidence in their direction and focus.
And Barkley's night is over as Max Whittick has taken over at quarterback.
You do get ready to start to the layoff.
The ones left here, and Rice Eccles don't like it much, but Akiba does. He gets a couple of carries, get his